Hi friends, so we've been doing lines, wonderful lines, and there's so many different kinds of lines, but today we are going to be doing lines where you draw not with a marker, but you draw with your scissors. So, drawing with your scissors is harder because you have to imagine the line in your head and then do it. So we're going to put the line in our body, and then we're going to put the line on paper with our scissors, just drawing with our scissors. So the first line, vertical. Vertical lines go up and down. So please do the vertical line with your body. And let's do the horizontal lines too, because they're very similar when you use your scissors. Horizontal line is a straight line that goes side to side. Horizontal line with your body, and then you're going to cut it with your scissors. So when you're cutting with your scissors, first you want to make sure that your thumb and your fingers are in the right spot. So the small circle is for your thumb. The big oval is for your fingers. 3 is good. Sometimes you can get all 4 in. And so you want to put them in like this. You don't want to be going backwards and upside down. It shouldn't feel awkward. You should have your thumb on the top, your fingers on the bottom, and then when you open, shut, it should be able to be away from your belly. My belly is right down that way, so I don't want to cut towards my belly because that's dangerous, plus it's awkward. You want to have it cutting away from your belly, like this. It's good to stand up when you're cutting with your scissors, but if you feel like sitting, that's okay too. You just don't want it to be touching the table while you're cutting. You want it to be in the air. So the first line that we're going to do, horizontal and vertical lines. You guys come over here. Now I'm going to be using green paper, but you can use any paper that you have, even like newspaper or magazines or junk mail. And you're going to try to, from one side to the other, cut a straight line. I'm cutting a vertical line, but you could also go this way and cut a horizontal line. So there's my vertical line. There we go. The next line is diagonal lines. Diagonal lines are lines that are straight but go from side to side on an angle. So first, diagonal line on one side. Do it with your body. Diagonal line on the other side. Do it with your body. And then you're going to draw it with your scissors. So to cut your diagonal line, you want to pick up your piece of paper and think about, imagine where the line's going to go first. I'm going to go from corner to corner. And then I put my fingers in the line, in the holes. I have my thumb on top. I'm cutting away from myself. And I'm cutting a horizontal, not a horizontal, I'm cutting a diagonal line. Like that. I hope I said diagonal line at the beginning, but that is a diagonal line. The next line is a zigzag line. Sharp, very sharp and pointy, kind of like my shark teeth. Sharp and pointy. So a zigzag line, first with your body. So we're going to start from let's go from side to side zigzag, a horizontal zigzag, and then we'll do a vertical zigzag. Horizontal, side to side, sharp, 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 up and down. Now, from the top to the bottom, from the bottom to the top in zigzag line. So this is a vertical zigzag. You start from the top, you go zig, zag, zig, zag, very sharp down to the bottom, and then back up, really sharp. There's no wavy on this. It's sharp like a shark tooth zigzag line. Zigzag, shark teeth, zigzag lines. So, do it with your body. Now try it with your scissors. To cut a zigzag line, again, hold your thumb on top, your fingers on the bottom, open and shut. Now this one is a little bit trickier. You want to cut one way like a diagonal line. Let me actually move these things out of the way so you can see better. You're going to cut like a diagonal line, and then you've got to turn. I'm turning my paper and my scissors the other way. And then I cut the other way, and then I turn again. You can see that zigzags are sharp and pointy, and I'm cutting sharp and pointy lines. I drew only with my scissor and my thinking about what a zigzag line would look like. Zigzag line. The next line is a wavy line. A wavy line, do it with your body. We're gonna do a horizontal wavy line. Woo, side to side. This is not sharp like zigzag. This is roundy and wavy. You could even do it all the way around. It's almost like a dance move. Your wavy line dance move. So you want to do it with your body and then with your scissor. Wavy line. The next line is the wavy line. It's kind of a curly line. Now this one again. This hand that's not using the scissors has a big job. It's going to turn the paper, and this is cutting. So I've got my cutting part, and then I'm keeping my scissors facing forward, and I'm cutting by turning my paper. I'm doing wavy lines by using this hand to turn the paper. I'm not turning my scissors towards my belly. I'm keeping my scissors away from my belly, and I'm turning the paper to make my wiggly, wavy lines. And when you cut lines, you make shapes. So there's my shapes. Wavy lines. Okay, so the next line is a castle line. We didn't do this one before, but it's a castle line. It's kind of like a zigzag, but it's more rectangles instead of triangles. So if you think about a castle, the top part of a castle, like the parapet, there's the castle line. It's kind of like square teeth. So the castle line goes up, across, down, across, up, across, down, across. If you want to use your vocabulary, it's vertical, horizontal, down, vertical, horizontal, up, vertical, horizontal, down, vertical, horizontal. All right? So, horizontal, vertical, horizontal, vertical, horizontal, vertical, horizontal, vertical. Now, you might be like, why do I have to do that with my body before I do it with my scissors? It's because it's teaching your brain what the line is in space, right? So if you go with your hand or your body, then your scissor with your hand will be able to do it even better. So, castle lines with your scissor. So the next line is a castle line that goes horizontal, vertical, all the way across. So again, I pick up my scissors, I cut vertical, I turn, I cut, I turn, I cut. This is practice, friends. If it doesn't work the first time, it's just practice. You're practicing looking at your lines with your eyeballs, and you're drawing with your scissors. Now the last line is your spiral line. Now this one we're going to do a rectangular spiral line because it's a little bit easier to do with your scissor, but it's not easy. It is not easy. So if you try and it doesn't work, then it's just practice. So let's try a rectangular spiral with our bodies and then with our scissors. So a rectangular spiral is vertical, horizontal, vertical, horizontal, and then you get smaller. You got a vision in your mind that you are doing a spiral that is getting smaller. Now go to that vertical, horizontal, backwards, small, and around, and around, and around, and around, and around. And that is your spiral. So you're gonna try to do it with your scissors. Now this one is the rectangular spiral. This is super duper 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 hard. So it's a practice. If you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. It's practice. So rectangular spiral, I'm starting with a piece of paper. I'm holding my scissors correctly. I'm picking the paper up into the air, and then I cut, and then I don't cut it all the way through. I have to turn my paper and go sideways. I turn my paper and go sideways. I turn my paper and go sideways, just like your body did. I turn my paper and go sideways. I turn my paper and go sideways. And look at all those wonderful cuts I made, but when I put it back down, you actually can't see my spiral. This is where your copycat line comes in. Copycat line is a line that copies your first line. So, I'm drawing with my scissors. not with markers. So I'm going to copy the line and turn it. I'm going to copy my line and turn it. I'm going to copy my line, and I'm going to keep on going, copying my line and turning as I go. Now if you want to do this as a circle, you can. I'm actually going to cut that in a little more. And when I get to the very end, I cut it out. Now, this is where you see what you made. I can put one. I want to get wiggly. So there's my rectangle spiral. You can see my lines, and I just use my scissors to cut that out. Now friends, you've got all these lovely lines and shapes that you made that you can keep as just shapes, or you can glue them down and make a collage. That's your choice, but I do want to see that you've tried to make some of these lines. Take a picture and show me. And upload it so I can see it. Okay, drawing with your scissors. Drawing with your scissors and imagining the line in your mind and making your scissors do the drawing. No markers, no crayons, no pencils. Good luck, friends. Can't wait to see what you do. This is Miss Lissa. Bye.